With MLB teams quickly developing young stars recently, these are my personal top 10 players under 25. Starting it off at number 10 and heading to the Los Angeles Dodgers, I have sophomore sensation Bobby Miller. Miller was recalled in 2023 after a first couple months of the season and did not disappoint at all. He was able to find success by using his trademark high 90s fastball along with his already developed secondaries to get even the best of hitters off balance. Miller pitched to a strong 3.76 ERA across 124 innings, keeping his walks in check along the way. While there was ups and downs in his rookie season, Miller still held his own, and I'm expecting him to take another stride forward in 2024. His arsenal shows tons of promise, and he deserves to be included inside the top 10 in my opinion. Moving on to the 9th best player under 25, I'm going with Matt McLain of the Cincinnati Reds. Unfortunately for the Reds and baseball in general, we likely won't be seeing McLain play at all in 2024 following the shoulder surgery he had earlier this week. Regardless, McLain still deserves a spot on this list as his rookie 2023 went about as good as hoped. McLain was able to hit 16 homers, steal 14 bases, and hit for a .290 average all just in 89 games last year, completely breaking out. For some reason though, he goes under the radar and just doesn't hold much name value, yet he simply just does it all on the field. Hopefully we see him build on his recent performance in 2025 when he's healthy, as he has the potential to be one of the best at his position in the near future. Next is Triston Casas, occupying the 8th spot, playing for the Boston Red Sox as their primary first baseman. Casas completed his first full season in the majors last year, and it was filled with two completely different halves. It was obvious that in the first half, Casas was trying to make adjustments to big league pitching, and once he caught on, he was on fire the rest of the way. Post All-Star break, Casas went absolutely insane, hitting 15 homers in just 54 games while hitting an elite .317 in that span. While I think that this is more so his ceiling level of performance, I do think that Casas made the necessary adjustments, which should continue to translate going forward. At just 24, Casas has the potential to be a consistent All-Star caliber player starting in 2024. Coming in at the 7th position is polarizing pitcher Eury Perez, the young right-hander property of the Miami Marlins. Perez showed off his ability in his brief time in the majors last year that made him such a highly regarded prospect coming up. Eury's first taste of the big leagues saw him post an awesome 3.15 ERA and 108 strikeouts in 91 innings. His curveball was practically unhittable, holding hitters to an average just under 100 while keeping his opponents off balance with his high 90s fastball. The craziest part about all of this is that he's still just 20 years old, so this ranking may honestly be too low based on how much better he can get between each year. He's basically already an ace caliber pitcher, and it's tough to argue he shouldn't make this list based on his age alone. Evan Carter of the World Series champion Texas Rangers makes the list at number 6. Carter was absolutely unbelievable both during the regular season last year and in the playoffs for Texas. Known for his mature approach to the plate, Carter managed to hit for a .300 average and a .417 on-base percentage in his very first postseason at the age of only 21 years old. This obviously proves how good a hitter Carter really is, as he was a major catalyst in the Rangers winning it all, and he did so with only a dozen major league games under his belt. If he can tap into some more power, as well as continuing his stolen base prowess he showed in the minors, I don't see why he couldn't crack the top 5 and possibly even the top 3 of the list by the start of 2025. Now we enter the top 5, where I have former top prospect Gunnar Henderson of the fast-rising Baltimore Orioles. Gunnar got off to a slow start in his rookie season last year, hitting a mediocre .246 to go along with 13 homers in 79 games. Once he got more comfortable though, Henderson took off after the All-Star break, improving his numbers to a .264 batting average with 15 homers in 71 games. Most notably, Gunnar cut his strikeout rate by around 5% in the second half, which allowed him to really round out his game and make the numbers jump. On a loaded Orioles team, Gunnar has a really bright future hitting in the leadoff spot with his ability to hit for both power and steal bases. In my opinion, the sky is truly the limit for him heading into 2024. In the 4th spot, I'm going with Michael Harris, outfielder for the juggernaut Atlanta Braves. In my personal opinion, I think that Michael Harris is one of the more underrated players in the game today. He's not the flashiest of players, but he does have all the tools necessary to become a superstar. Already an all-star caliber talent, Harris has power, speed, and elite contact ability, which was evident in his 2023 numbers. Last year, Harris matched 18 homers and stole 20 bases to go along with a .293 average after posting nearly identical numbers the season prior. If it wasn't for the fact that Harris is in a loaded lineup and batting 6th, I think that we would have gotten to see his true upside by now, but I do think he moves up by season's end. He's so supremely talented on defense and in the batter's box, and I hope he begins to get the recognition he deserves. Entering the top 3 now, and at number 3, I have offensive superstar Bobby Witt Jr. of the rebuilding Kansas City Royals. If you want excitement and tantalizing raw skills, look no further than Witt Jr. This guy is just about as toolsy as it gets, and his numbers reflect that too. Bobby crushed 30 homers and also stole a whopping 49 bases in 2023. I mean, those are literally video game numbers. Witt is still just only 23 years old, signaling the reality that he's only likely to get better somehow. With the Royals improving as a team, and specifically their batting lineup, Witt should continue to post gaudy numbers while remaining one of the game's best players under the age of 25. Witt is a special talent and one that has a long and successful future ahead of him. Coming in at the runner-up position, I'm going with outfielder Corbin Carroll of the sneaky Arizona Diamondbacks. Similar to Bobby Witt, Carroll also has all 5 tools but is slightly better from a contact and plate discipline perspective. Carroll also put up some video game numbers in 2023, hitting 25 homers, scoring 116 runs, and stealing 54 bases. He also managed to hit for a strong .285 average and took a fair amount of walks that led to a .362 on-base percentage. These numbers are obviously extremely impressive for anyone at the highest level, let alone just a 23-year-old in his first full season. In 2024, I'm expecting not a lot different from Carroll except for a minor increase in power, as I think he will reach the 30-homer benchmark for the first time. And finally, earning the top spot for the top 10 under 25 list is Julio Rodriguez, the cornerstone of the Seattle Mariners. J-Rod, as he's famously known as, is also very comparable to both Witt and Carroll. To me though, I think he's a level above in terms of raw power, and so I think that's what separates him apart. Last year, Julio hit 32 homers, scored 102 runs, and drove in 103 RBIs. He also managed to nab a crazy 37 bases while keeping his average at a respectable .275. Putting up these kinds of numbers in a pitcher-friendly park makes him even that much more impressive. He's already among the game's best, even at his age, and I truly think that he has a shot at a 40-homer, 40 stolen base season real soon. Rodriguez is a game-changing talent and one that we should all look forward to watching for another decade. And that wraps up my rankings for the top 10 MLB players under the age of 25. Let me know what you agree or disagree with in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next one.